Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I really don't know the exact look that I'm going for. I just want to start off with clean skin. I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow pomade in the color Ebony. I always start under the brow first, and then I go ahead and I do my other eye. But that definitely ain't how I wanted that one. Boom. They still don't match, but it's okay because we can definitely fix it. Alright, so now that we have the brows outlined, I go back in and I fill in the brow. And as you notice, I didn't fill in the inner corners because I don't want to take any extra product on my brush, but I'm still going to take this same brush and fill that in, but I just don't want it to be as harsh and as dark as I have the tail part of it. I'm actually going to go in with my LA Pro Conceal in the color Fawn. And I'm going to clean up under my brows with that. The brush that I'm using to clean under my brow is the Morphe 224. Alright, and I'm going to take that same concealer and I'm going to place that onto my lids. And then right above my brows. Notice the difference? It's something I like to do, especially if you have dark lids, you can kind of blank that out. The same thing with if your lips are darker, you can put foundation over your lips to kind of blank it out and give yourself a blank canvas. When you conceal your eyebrows above the brow, you always want to use your foundation shade or something as close to your skin tone as possible. I am going to go ahead and use the Fawn concealer or LA Pro Girl concealer and take that right above my brow. But even if it's a little lighter than your brow, make sure you blend it out. It has to match. And you can take your finger or a brush and you can blend that out above your brow. I'm just gonna take a brush today. And the brush that I'm using is the Morphe E27. I just recently ordered these Colourpop foundation sticks. This is what they look like. And I ordered two shades. I ordered dark 175W, and I assume the W stands for warm. And I ordered dark 167W. Just want to show you what it looks like. This is the dark 167. Just gonna test it here on my chest. And this is the dark 175. Now on camera, this one definitely looks lighter than this one, and I have been wearing this one, but today I just want to go with the dark 167 warm. So this is gonna be my shade today. I'm gonna go in with a primer, and it's gonna be the Black Radiance True Complexion Shine Control Primer, and I'm just gonna place this all over my skin. Day to day, my moisturizer is my primer. You may not do it that way, but that is how Brittany does it, and it works for me. And I'm going to be blending that in with my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, aka the buffing brush. I think I want a little more coverage, so I'm going to go back in with a little more. I'm not for sure how it's picking up on camera. I'm looking at my monitor, but it looks pretty good in person. Moving on to concealer, I'm gonna go in with the LA Pro Girl concealer in Fawn, but then I'm also gonna brighten it up a little with the Colourpop No Filter concealer. This is in shade 36, medium dark 36. And it was just kind of difficult when you're ordering something online. You don't really know what it's gonna look like. You can never really tell with the shade references that they have on there. So I ordered it. It's not bad, but it is way too light to use alone. And I'm gonna take this Real Techniques sponge and I'm gonna blend out my highlight. Now that we have our concealer blended in, I'm going to go ahead with that Colourpop concealer and going to brighten my under eye just a little more.
Mommy, the bridge crying.
You crying? What's the matter?
I'm heartbreaking.
His heart's breaking? Oh no. I'm gonna go in with this setting powder and set the places that we put that concealer. This will keep your concealer from creasing. So that's what I mean by setting. And a lot of times I like to go ahead and just place the setting powder all over my face, just because like I know I get super oily here. I really get oily all over, but there are certain parts on my face where I'm just like, good God, you can fry chicken. So I'm just gonna put it some of everywhere and go crazy. Next, a lot of times after I've set a translucent powder or any type of setting powder, I like to go in with my pressed powder. This is MAC Dark Tan. It's the Mineralize Skinfinish. And I always go in with my powder brush, swirl it in there, and I like to go around my face. The reason that I do this is a lot of setting powders like that, for instance, is yellow. And I do believe I have yellow undertones, but some setting powders can create an ashiness, and this to me tones it down. Now, I don't know if you realize that a lot of you who don't wear makeup like that, but once you do put on makeup, you just stick with your foundation, maybe just your foundation. Don't judge, some people really do that. And sometimes you may just put on foundation and a powder that matches your skin tone, like I just did with the Skinfinish. Well, when you do that, you notice that you look really flat. And a lot of people don't incorporate, and there's nothing wrong with that. To each his own. Your preference is your preference. But when you add in a contour, this is all broken up by the way. This is Black Radiance. I think it is a pressed powder, but I use it as a contour shade, and it's in the shade Ebony. But when you add a contour to your routine, it gives you dimension to the face. So you just don't look like you've just got one shade on your face, you're flat, and there's nothing else there. It's not something that you have to do. There is nothing wrong if that's your preference with just putting on foundation and a powder that matches your skin tone. My preference is to contour to give myself some dimension. So I'm just gonna go into this broken up. And then it just broke some more. I mean, the nerve. I'm gonna go in starting and just give it an illusion that I have nice bone structure. See how it kind of brings out your cheekbones? Next, I'm gonna dab a little more into that contour powder, and I'm gonna take it around my hairline. And it doesn't have to be that much. You don't want to do it just because it's noticeable. It just needs to make sense to you. And I always like to take it around my jawline. So now that it's to my liking, I like to go back a lot of times with my pressed powder. And not even that. It can be your pressed powder. I'm today choosing to go in with this contour palette. I'm gonna go into here. The brush that I'm using is the Morphe E48. I know that I skipped over some brushes, but everything will be listed below in the description box. Now, where I set my contour, I'm gonna go right underneath there and kind of pat to clean that up. Now this is all personal preference. You do not have to do this. This is something I like to do. And I think that that's sometimes the misconception that, oh, makeup takes too long. It's just fun to sit down and be creative. Do what you want to do with your makeup. Don't watch these different tutorials and say, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. No, you gotta develop your own preference. You have to get your own skill set to how you like your makeup to look. Do you. Now, whenever I finish contouring and cleaning up my contour, I like to go ahead and go in with my blush. And today, if you've watched my other videos, then you know I love this blush. This is the MAC powder blush, and it's in the shade Raizin. I swear it just goes with everything. I cannot go wrong with this blush. The brush that I'm using is the Real Techniques blush brush, and you want to go into the apples of your cheek. Very subtle, not too much. Okay, one of my favorite parts of makeup is highlighting powder. Today I'm choosing to go in with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder. I cannot read today apparently. And the shade is Crown of My Canopy. This is what it looks like. It's a beautiful rose gold pinkish color. And I'm using my Morphe 330. It's a blending brush, but I like to use it for highlighting. All right, next I'm gonna start on the eyes, and since I'm being experimental today, I'm gonna do one eye off camera, and then I will come back and show you how I did that eye. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've done one eye off camera, and I like where I'm going with this. It looks pretty cool. I use this Cute AF palette by Colourpop. Actually, the name of the palette is called Yes Please. It looks like it's been through the struggle, but I think some little fingers got dipped into my palette, honestly. We are gonna start off by using that Colourpop concealer in medium dark 36, and I'm gonna prime my eye with that. Now we're just gonna blend out that primer with, or concealer with, a sponge. And this is because we want to prep the eye for the color, and we want to give the color something to stick to. So now that we have our eye primed, I'm gonna go in with the Yes Please palette with the color, I think it is Mischief, this yellow color right here. And I'm gonna use my Morphe M441 brush, and this is going to be my transition shade. And I'm gonna go in with this brick red looking shade right here. I think it's called Spoiled. They put the names on the back of the palette, but you don't know if this color is the name for that color, but I think it's the same way you read from left to right, so we're gonna go with that. So this color is Spoiled, but we're gonna go in with the Coastal Scents BR250 brush, and this is going to be our crease color. So I'm just gonna take this and pat it. And then we'll go in with that M330 brush, and we're gonna go into this orange color right here at the top. This color is Big Cocktails. And we're gonna blend out that color that we put in the crease. So we're just gonna blend out the harsh edges of it. And then we'll go back with our first brush and go back into that yellow shade. And we're just gonna add that back. And at this point, blending is a process within itself. You're just gonna keep going back and forth, adding colors, picking up until you get it to the way you like it to look. Okay, now that we have it blended to our liking, I am going to go in with the fourth brush, which is the Morphe M507. And I'm gonna take this brown color right here, which is going to be French Kiss. We're gonna take French Kiss and we're gonna add it to the outer V of our eye. So boom, boom, that's your outer V. And you can see how that adds a little bit of depth. Now I'm also gonna take that same color and I'm gonna sweep it in to about right there. Now for the fun part. These are the jelly eyeshadows by Colourpop called Jelly Much. I've got this one in the shade Foxes, and here is what it looks like. Always just start right here. Actually, let me bring you in a little closer. Okay, so we don't want to make a blunt stop right there at the edge. We want to go in with our Morphe M507. We're going to go back in with that brown shade, and then we're just going to add it to the outer corner again. Okay, now let me take you back out because you're all up in my business. All right, now that we have our crease cut, shadows added, we are going to go in with the lashes. These are the Allure lashes with Crazy Ray Ray, and they're the Faux Mink collection, Crazy Classy. And this is what the lash looks like before I place it onto my eye. And after I get them placed with the tweezers, I like to go ahead and just push them in so that I know they are touching my actual lash line. Now we're going to focus on the lower lash line, and we're going to go back in with the same palette using some of the same colors. I'm going to go in with, I think I want to focus more on the red. So I'm actually going to take that smaller brush, the M507, going in with that red color to our lower lash line. And I'm not going to take it all the way in. I'm going to stop like halfway at the bottom. And now we're going to take our Jumbo Eye Pencil by NYX in the color Black Bean. And I'm going to put that into my lower lash line. And we want to add a little inner corner highlight. I'm going to go back into this palette using the color Buttercup. And I'm using the Morphe E36 brush and add some mascara to my lower lash line. And then I'm gonna go in with my setting spray. Now I'm going to go in with Colourpop. Oh my gosh. I don't know what color this is, but when I find out, I will definitely link it below in the description box. So I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with a brown liner. Okay, you guys, that is gonna be my finished look. I really like it. If you like this look, comment down below. Let me know some other looks that you would like to see. Otherwise, I'm always on Pinterest looking for ideas. But this was just a little walkthrough. I wanted to create something with you all, and I hope you like it. I'm gonna take some pictures and post them on social media. Alright, thank y'all so much for watching and supporting. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share it on social media if you will. Yeah, that's it. Thanks guys. I'll see y'all in my next video.